Goliath was Earth's largest T-Rex for decades, measuring 43 feet long and living for 30 years in the ancient world. Science never ceases to surprise. A 2026 January study brings an astonishing discovery that reshapes all T-Rex knowledge. Big Bertha, a new T-Rex specimen, defies all our previous assumptions about the size limits of these prehistoric giants. Research indicates T-Rex might have grown 70% larger than all fossil specimens found in global museums and collections. This finding is more than a size record. It totally changes how we understand T-Rex's life, hunting, and ecosystem dominance. Paleontologists unearth new giant T-Rexes often. Sue, Scotty, Goliath, and Cope all once were the largest known specimens. Big Bertha's discovery offers revolutionary insights beyond size, revealing new truths about T-Rex growth rates and max age. Old research thought T-Rex grew extremely fast in adolescence, maturing quickly and dying early at 28 to 30 years old. This new study overturns old conclusions. T-Rex grew much slower and lived far longer than scientists once believed possible. Scientists have long been fascinated by how T-Rex grew from tiny hatchlings into multi-ton apex predators worldwide. Paleontologists thought they solved T-Rex's growth puzzle, yet Big Bertha proves nature still has secrets to challenge science. In 2010, Alberta University launched a project to compare all T-Rex fossils and find the truly largest specimen. By 2019, Scotty was named the new largest T-Rex, its huge thigh and hip bone surpassing the former record holder Sue. In 2024, shocking news came. A giant T-Rex had been forgotten in storage since 1987, waiting 37 years for research. The forgotten T-Rex remained mysterious with no delay explanation, and enthusiasts crave any info about this giant worldwide. In January 2026, the long-awaited paper was published, with revolutionary findings forcing paleontologists to rewrite T-Rex knowledge. These discoveries made scientists reinterpret everything they knew about T-Rex's life, growth, maturity, and death process. To understand Big Bertha's uniqueness, we first need to explore the scientific methods behind this groundbreaking discovery. Dear Holly Woodward, a child histology expert, led the research. Histology studies the microscopic structure of biological tissues. Applied to fossils, histology becomes paleohistology, slicing bones thin to reveal secrets hidden from external observation. Reading dinosaur bone growth markers is like tree rings but far more complex, telling tales of age, spurts, and injuries. Unlike trees' regular annual rings, dinosaur bones record growth spurts, stress, seasons, and skeletal maturity moments precisely. Paleontologists look for legs, dark lines marking periods when T-Rex growth stopped or slowed down significantly entirely. Legs are thought to be annual growth pauses from seasonal food scarcity, with growth resuming when food is abundant again. Each leg roughly equals 1 year of life, like tree rings, and the story deepens when T-Rex reaches full skeletal maturity. When growth stops, legs cluster to form ephes, a unique bone structure that proves a dinosaur is fully biologically adult. A clear ephes in major weight-bearing bones like femur means paleontologists confirm the T-Rex was fully grown at death. Big Bertha's bone traits make it extraordinary, challenging all old ideas about T-Rex's maximum size and growth patterns. Their discovery was striking. The data showed a totally different T-Rex growth pattern than the old exponential growth idea. It's clear T-Rex had a much longer subadult stage with steady, linear growth rates throughout, far beyond prior estimates. Old studies saw legs as seasonal pauses, but Woodward's team used a new analytical approach that changed all T-Rex research. They counted every growth mark as a potential year marker, detailing T-Rex's full lifespan development like never before. Data shows older T-Rex may have lived into their late 30s, with some rare specimens even reaching their early 40s. T-Rex may have survived for 4 full decades, a lifespan that significantly exceeds the old 28 to 30-year maximum estimate. We now focus on Big Bertha itself, to uncover just how massive this legendary T-Rex specimen truly grew to be. Through detailed tibia analysis, researchers found Big Bertha hadn't reached full skeletal maturity when it died in prehistory. Big Bertha's tibia showed early ephes formation, but its femur had an unexpected, puzzling lack of this T-maturity structure. Big Bertha's femur had no ephes at all, no clear mature bone signs, meaning it was close but not fully adult yet. Big Bertha's tibia stopped accretional growth, but its massive femur was still adding new bone layers to its surface. This raises interesting questions. Different bones in a T-Rex may mature at slightly different times in its long life. More research is needed to confirm this bone maturity pattern, but it already opens new doors for dinosaur skeletal study. From the clearest growth marks, scientists estimate Big Bertha died in its late 20s, possibly near its early 30s. This age estimate for Big Bertha is only a minimum. It may have lived to its mid or late 30s before death. To grasp Big Bertha's importance, we learn how paleontologists estimate T-Rex mass with math and comparative anatomy. Scientists use femoral circumference as a key indicator, combining it with equations to predict T-Rex mass accurately. Big Bertha's femoral circumference is over 598 millimeters, meaning it was 12.5 m long and weighed 11 to 12 metric tons. Big Bertha is a true giant among giants, and its importance far goes beyond impressive size measurements for paleontology. For comparison, Sue was skeletally mature for 8 to 11 years before death, finishing growth and reaching max size much earlier. Big Bertha nears skeletal maturity at late 20s or early 30s, a fact that reveals profound truths about T-Rex growth. Two same-age T-Rexes had very different growth fates. One stopped growing early, the other kept developing continuously. This growth plasticity in T-Rex is remarkable, showing huge individual variation among these prehistoric apex predators. We now address the Nano-Tyrannus debate. Is it a separate species or just a juvenile Tyrannosaurus rex? Paleontologists wonder. The Nano-Tyrannus debate raged in paleontology, with a new study proving it is a distinct species, not a young T-Rex. Woodward's team analyzed Jane and Pete, Nano-Tyrannus specimens, finding their growth rates differ from confirmed T-Rexes. Woodward's team avoided the heated Nano-Tyrannus debate, only noting the specimens may likely be different species. The key point, removing Jane and Pete, the study still included 15 confirmed T-Rex specimens for comprehensive comparison. This large sample size is far bigger than prior T-Rex growth studies, greatly enriching our knowledge of its maturation. The optimal statistical model found T-Rex stayed subadult for 20 years, growing continuously and steadily the entire time. T-Rex had 20 years of steady subadult growth, adding about 360 kilograms of body mass to its frame each single year. That's nearly 800 pounds of annual growth. A 10-year-old T-Rex likely weighed around 1,000 kilograms, 1 metric ton. A T-Rex could hit 4,500 kilograms by 20 if it survived threats, with its growth continuing well into its mid to late 20s. T-Rex's growth pattern is far more similar to other large theropods like Matusaurus and Giganotosaurus than once thought. For decades, paleontologists believed T-Rex had a unique fast growth strategy that set it apart from other giant theropods. Woodward's study shows T-Rex was not exceptional. It grew massive via steady, sustained growth over a long lifespan. More 1,189, the youngest T-Rex studied, died at 10, its first growth line corresponding to a 269 kilogram body weight. This first growth mark formed at 1 to 2 years old, when the T-Rex was small but developing its strong skeletal structure already. A dog-sized T-Rex hatchling already began growing a skeleton to support its future multi-ton apex predator body later. T-Rex's growth from tiny hatchling to giant adult is one of the most dramatic transformations in animal evolution history. Some paleontologists propose splitting Cow Creek T-Rex into 3 species based on skeletal proportions and femoral robustness. The 3 proposed T-Rex species are Imperator, Rex and Regina, sparking extensive debate in the scientific community. Woodward's team studied bone growth stories to answer if T-Rex should actually be divided into multiple separate species. All examined T-Rexes share similar growth patterns, proving they are one species with normal population diversity differences. Bone histology does not support splitting T-Rex into 3 species, though other traits may still justify such a division. Current bone growth rings and microstructure evidence do not strongly support splitting T-Rex into 3 separate species. Some researchers once used sexual maturity like medullary bone to judge if a dinosaur had reached adulthood status. It seems logical that sexual maturity means adulthood, but this is wrong. Reproductive ability does not equal skeletal maturity. Deeper, Woodward notes judging dinosaur adulthood by sexual maturity is nearly impossible, with no reliable timing markers found. Modern reptiles reach sexual maturity years before stopping growth. Female crocodiles lay eggs while still growing each year. Dinosaurs may have followed this pattern. T-Rex could hit 24 tons if it had alligator-like sexual dimorphism in size. T-Rex sexual dimorphism is unlikely, so the 24-ton estimate is not accepted. No such giant specimens have been found yet. The only reliable way to judge T-Rex skeletal adulthood is finding effects in major limb bones via histological analysis. Bone microstructure analysis is the only certain way to study T-Rex growth rates. Other methods are mere speculation at best. These size estimates rely on hypothetical modeling, not actual fossil evidence, so they need verification as null hypotheses. The paper takes T-Rex as an example, but the rule holds universally. The largest specimen of any species is undiscovered. The largest T-Rex may still lie underground waiting to be found. Each new discovery raises new questions for researchers. There is endless work in paleontology, with more specimens to find and analyze, our understanding evolving with each discovery. Big Bertha's discovery reminds us nature still has incredible secrets, even after centuries of dedicated paleontological research. The tyrant lizard king T-Rex keeps surprising humanity, teaching us humility and wonder, its story far from being completed.